Yeah, that's crazy. They never did that. Baby, y'all still so walking at Walmart. So she said they still so walking too. That's crazy. He's at the back turn and just what they were doing to walk.
Hey, touch! Bring it in!
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Looking to throw on second down. Brady. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. Brady's throw on third down there is incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a fourth down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now on 2nd and 13. Haskins. Hauling it in, Nelson. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Mostert. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
First carry for Darius Geis. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. This is Mostert. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Taking it in from 14 yards out as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive
Some
coordinator?
doing this playoff league, man.
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. Where do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Brady. He goes full extension, and he's got it. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 39.
A Hall of Fame coach once said, there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or two. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 12-yard line.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there? Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing, he was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And an alley to run. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, it's Haskins. Trying to lay one up deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
But we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Brady to throw. It's caught by Mike Evans. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. On play action, it's Brady. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Check 26, check 26. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, How about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, it's Haskins. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Check.
And they'll indeed go for it with Haskins. And he'll find Hall. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Well, they picked up the 1st down, but I'm just going to say it. I didn't like it before the ball was snapped, and I don't like it now that they picked it up. Think about field position on their own side of the 50. They don't get it. They put their defense in a bad spot, and it's just not a decision that pays off very well.
It wasn't 4th and a yard. There was some meat on that bone.
There really was. Fortunate to get it in that situation, but not a call I would make very often.
Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. 4 receivers now in the formation. 3 to the left, 1 to the right on second. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone. Head coach, he's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing. And as a player, that means an awful lot.
Here's Haskins. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players. Adopted in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line.
Talk with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Looking to throw again on second down. Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 41. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Now it's Haskins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Shaquille Barrett gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. That backs him up 1 yard and brings first and second down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. going deep for his tight end, Clay. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. Clay, the intended receiver. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammate's going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. To throw again on second down. Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
But it's going to wind up incomplete. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They do go for it. It's Brady. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
From the gun on third down, Brady. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Freeman. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Taking it in from 2 yards out as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Haskins. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him. Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field. First down, here's a run with Peterson. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play. On 2nd and 9, Haskins looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Haskins on 3rd down. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. All I know, partners, that with every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control, and yet they find a way to cough it up. Yeah, the 2-score game opportunity eludes them, and now a chance for the other side to come back here. Yeah, that means defense has to go out there and make some plays themselves. So we call sudden change. Let's see if the defense is mentally ready to take care of it. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. To throw is...
Wait, set. Wait, 20. Keep it up, keep it up.
From the gun, it's Brady. Gets it off to Freeman. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good. And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady, he goes underneath to Freeman. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. On play action, now Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fielded at the 20. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and that will come the offense as they take over. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively? Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent. But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here. It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd down, Haskins. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th. All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition. Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful. Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Gay's kick is good. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start the drive with Love here, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. On 2nd and 12, Haskins. He completes it to Nelson. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeout.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
On 2nd down, it's Peterson, and he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They run again on 1st down, Peterson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That good for 22 and a 1st down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
On 1st down, it's Peterson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extras. Overtime in a playoff game. Awesome setup. Remember, the rules are the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick 6 or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only 1 period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. Escaping the pressure right. Pass incomplete. 2 straight incompletions. Now the pressure's really on. Last thing you want here to start overtime, a 3 and out.
And I know that a few years ago when they changed the rules about overtime, it may have changed a little bit about how you go about things. But bottom line is, when you have the football, you never want to give it up. You want to make sure you get points on the board at a minimum and put pressure on the other team. This is a huge 3rd down call coming up.
In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Clay. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a 1st down as well. Part of the reason we're in overtime, all the interceptions he's thrown in this game, but that was a good throw right there.
Hey, he's really not daunted, is he, partner? I mean, it's been interception palooza for him, and he's still pushing it downfield, trying to make a play, and he was successful on that throw.
On 1st down, here's Love. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Staying on the ground, it's Love. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Lets it go for Nelson. That's going to be caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. And Charles, if you're the coach of the losing team, even though you made it to the playoffs and there's part of that that feels good, what do you say to your guys after?
I think you probably tell them how proud you are of them to make the effort to get to this game and then point them towards the future. If we're good enough to get here, all we've got to do is work harder, be better, and we can be good enough to go farther next season. How many times have we seen a team lose in the playoffs, and that girds them for a championship run in the future?
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Redskins as we say so long from FedEx Field.
Up this magic. With the game, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dreams reality, not going back to track. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. And I'm in it's magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dreams reality, not going back to You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat, but do you like how it tastes? Shawty use it, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, it's crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, it look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Yeah, drown out my problems, let me When up in it's magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dreams reality, not going back to You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.